Hey, bless up everyone. It's Shaman. How are you? I have a short live stream today about the buffalo hump, and I'm going to wait just a couple of moments and see if people are going to join us. And the cool thing about this is you can always watch this later. Found this little line of Judah here. As we're waiting for people on this Tuesday, it's a Tuesday again of the week. Bless up, Nubia. How are you doing, sis? I want to show you, this is my book. This isn't a sales pitch live stream. Bless up, Catherine. This is my book, Detox and Heal Your Thyroid, and it's got the thyroid here highlighted. And it talks a little bit about buffalo humps. A lot of young girls, women, and even men. I have a client that's a friend here on Facebook who has several lipoma, are basically storages of fat tissue or adipose tissue, and they start to coagulate on the back of the neck. In the beginning, what you might feel is you might feel like you need to go to the chiropractor more and get a cranial adjustment on your neck. What's up, Matt? Matt and Catherine and Nubia. Bless up, everyone. Bless up, Dee Dee. How are you doing, Dee Dee? It's good to see you, sis. It's good to see everyone. Before I get going too far, I wanted to show you guys I got this little baby dreadlock starting. It's so cute. Isn't that cute? This little tiny one here. Okay. So a lot of people, men, women, and children, boys and girls, I see this especially with teenagers right after puberty hits, is they start to get a buffalo hump. And the buffalo hump forms on the back of the neck, okay? And it starts around C3 and C4, which are your cervical vertebrae numbers, okay? You have the C1, which is right up here at they call it the atlas vertebrae. And it's right where the cranium sits on the neck, and then it goes all the way down C1, C2, C3. A lot of people are getting a buffalo hump and they don't even know they have one. But when you look at them from the side, you can start to see where it protrudes a little bit. And so what I'm going to ask you to do, if you don't know if you have one or not, because they're so prevalent, is to ask a friend and stand sideways and show them your posture, and show them the side of your body, and you'll know if you're forming one. The reason that I wrote this book is because after doing massage therapy with people for over 15 years, and at that time it was, maybe 12 years, I realized the numbers of people taking synthetic thyroid hormone. It was ridiculous to take synthetic thyroid hormone called Synthroid or levothyroxine. If you cannot make thyroid hormone, you are missing key minerals. And you will know what those minerals are if you do a tissue sample like a hair test. The lipoma starts to form because your body's grabbing that calcium to try to do what it can with the materials that it has. And it's not going to be able to sustain the thyroid and the body's function properly. But now it's pulling calcium out of your bones. It's destroying your gut. And if you keep adding in the wheat, especially that which is given to people that have food in short supply or don't have money, currency, then you're going to congest your thyroid gland and it's going to struggle. And as it does that, you're not going to be able to get rid of this buffalo hump. What's going to shrink your buffalo hump is using certain trace elements depending on what you're missing. Now, instead of seeing this as perhaps she's just trying to get us to buy our book and just trying to get us to buy the hair testing, think for a moment that as the hair starts to protrude up from the brain through the scalp, it starts to extrude through the scalp, it's going to contain information. And the hair testing can show you 3 months worth of information about your lymph, your blood nearest to your brain, your cells, and even the drug use or things that you've used on your body, in your body, on, around your body. Around your body, meaning I worked at a metal plating company when I was in college. So there were heavy and toxic metals around me that are absorbed in my skin. So if your glands and your organs go to work for you, but they don't have the building materials, soon you start to make things like lipomas. And people get them on various areas of their body, but most commonly, they form right behind your thyroid. Yesterday, I was going to the dollar store to pick up some toilet paper, and I thought, I haven't listened to the radio in a heck of a long time. I don't even turn my radio on. I don't buy any newspapers. I don't have a TV since '85. So I hear what I hear or I see what I see on Facebook. And I had the dogs in the car. We were going to go to the little dog park here right after. And all of a sudden, this woman came on, and it was like a public radio station. And she was talking about physical therapy and how she was in a group of physical therapists and how they were super credentialed and super able to help people. And physical therapists do great, great work, right? But most of the time, they don't do enough, okay? So listen to what I have to say first. Your doctor is going to write out a prescription for physical therapy, and the physical therapist is going to give you a sheet with some exercises. They're going to do maybe about 5 to 10 minutes of hands-on work most of the time, and they're going to bill your insurance company a whole heap of money compared to what a massage therapist is going to work your whole body, your blood, and your lymph for over an hour, work your feet for you and move the reflexology points for you. So while massage therapy won't be paid for and it's not available for you in most of any of the hospitals and clinics, you're not able to get some of this adipose tissue moved. You're not able to have real tissue sampling done. You're only offered blood serum or urine testing, blood pressure testing, and all the vitals that they like to do, because we don't have any real medicine people left. We don't. Dr. Abramson's gone. Dr. Sabi is with the ancestors. Dr. Shook is long gone, who taught Dr. Sabi. Dr. Arnold Ehret, Professor Arnold Ehret, Professor Hilton Hotema, all of these folks are gone. And so when it comes to getting in there and doing the real medicine, it just scares the heck out of people to hear or to see some of the things that I do with people, and where a lot of people will drop off and say, that's where I stop, because they don't see it anymore. They don't hear about it. They don't see it, right? So I'm taking some clients right now that I just finished a session with through FaceTime video. I'm taking them through a 3-day water/coconut water fast. And I told them I'd join along with them. Why not? That's 3 days. What does a 3-day water fast do, and how does it relate to the buffalo hump, the lipoma, the adipose tissue? Is we don't very often give ourselves a timeout when it comes to eating and eliminating. And I know, because I was an overeater for many, many, many years. The first sustenance that you take in is from mama. Ideally it's from mama. You are going to, sip on her breast. You're going to suck on her breast and take in the colostrum. You're going to take in, the milk that she makes, and it's going to feel so good to your belly that's why many people like Freud suggested the concept of oral gratification, that now you remember how good that felt and how sweet mama's milk was, that now you want to go fill it up some more. And you fill it up and you fill it up, because most people can drive through and get something off the dollar menu or eat something. Sadly, enough people cannot and don't have access to that. And that's what we're going to change. And that's what I'm determined to change is that all people can eat. Instead of having dog parks for neurotic dogs and humans, instead of having school buildings and clown and Burger King, the clown, the king, the domino, all of that, these could all be grow rooms, even in the coldest of climates, because the structures are already there. The banks, we don't need banks. Those structures are already there that would make, sprouting and growing rooms. So if you want to get rid of any buffalo humps, lipomas, sites where you have excessive adipose tissue, fat tissue that's gathered and coagulated and hardened, and it's really hard to get rid of them. And if it's behind your neck, it's 100% going to be related to your thyroid. Most of them are. Okay, your thyroid has got to use iodine to give you energy in your entire body. For people that cannot afford to do consultations with me, because yes, I charge for my time. I charge for my time right now because I'm being charged. Everything is a charging. It's a charging. See, it's a charging system. I charge you and you charge me and they charge us. And so when we can get enough people to realize that we are all being charged and we don't have to pay for life, and we can turn these places into food forest and food areas, and all of our people can be up and working and contributing, and there is much more to it than that, which I've thought through, then we can do that. But for right now, if you don't have money for a consultation, you can read a book and it will give you step by step how to heal yourself. This book is far more than just healing your thyroid. You can also use it to work with cancer, lupus, autoimmune. Lupus is not autoimmune. And I have a testimonial for that. And I have more people that I've worked with. And I didn't think to get testimonials for a great many years, but I do now. And in fact, that's a requirement. If you work with me now, and we work, together on many sessions, you're required to give me a testimonial. So that's how I'm going to do things. Bless up, Dana. Bless up, Zuri. Bless up, Kim. So good to see you guys. A lot of people have the buffalo hump. They don't even know. So stand, sideways and ask someone to look at your posture, your profile. And it could be the thinnest person on the world that you might not even suspect that they have a buffalo hump. But ask someone to look for you and see if you can see that kind of curvature. Ask yourself, have I been going to the chiropractor to remove a subluxation? Because let me tell you what a chiropractor really is. A chiropractor removes subluxations. That's what they're billed as. And chiropractors are wonderful, and I go to chiropractors on rare occasion because I too had starch buildup in my body. So when starch is built up in the body, you hear the creaking and the cracking when people move their fingers. When all of these folks were on my massage table and their feet are sticking straight up and the sheet and the covers are over their feet, and the first thing I do is I come in and I'm through the cover and the sheet, and I'm trying to see, how flexible are we? Well, if we're standing straight up and they're, almost piercing the blanket, and you go like this and it's, and so I start by gently trying to get blood flow back into those starch stiff toes, okay, and bring them down a little bit. And I'm sure they probably wonder if I'm trying to abuse them. So I educate them and say, I'm doing my best to get, some energy into your feet, some circulation into your feet, and to move out and clear out some of the starch stiffness. And then the feet, just like the hands, have reflex points that go to everything. So one thing I've discovered on my own in my journey is that the second toe is one where if I do a little milking of the toe, is what it's called in reflexology, I'm able to find the little nodules that are there inside of the system. Just like I can find kidney stones and I can find gallbladder stones, and I can move the digestion and elimination. I can get rid of back pain. I can work the brain on the top of the big toe and the top of the thumb point here. It's absolutely phenomenal what we can do for ourselves. It makes me wonder why we would keep drugging ourselves and going for what is placebo most of the time with most of these surgeries is placebo, meaning that your mind, they're going to fix it for me, but in effect, they just cut something out of you and you believe it's fixed. And now 6 months or a year down the road, you're complaining about something else because the root was never really addressed. Okay? So, bless up to everyone. If you've got a buffalo hump, you need to get a hair test. You need to read through the book or do some consultations or, figure some things out so that you can get your thyroid back up and functioning if it's a buffalo hump behind the thyroid. So you can figure out what levels you're going to need to apply for selenium, iodine. Is there excess cadmium, lead, arsenic, any of the 6 heavy toxic metals, which are going to be identified on your hair test? This is absolutely phenomenal. I can't see why anyone would not get a hair test, a tissue sample from their hair. If you don't have hair, because people with high iron in their body, which feeds cancer again, iron also feeds cancer. It also magnetizes the brain. The ancient Africans knew this, and it's well documented in all the Kemetic and hieroglyphs in all the megaliths that are in Africa. I sure hope to be able to get there one day, and see for myself. I am a certified African yoga instructor, thanks to Baba Yasir, and I learned a lot from him too, with due respect. Okay, so that's about buffalo humps, and you don't have to live with them forever. And if you see them on the girls, these babies, God, help them out. When I tuned into the radio station, the physical therapist had a woman call in, and she was in her early 20s, and she said, I'm kind of forming this hump on the back of my neck, and I'm wondering, what you guys can do for me, because, she had been given a prescription for physical therapy. And I was really saddened to hear the physical therapist say, we can have you come in and give you some exercises to do for that. And we're super highly credentialed and we're going to do everything so that you don't have neck pain and we help you with that. That's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. That is another money-making mission. Giving people exercises to do and doing a little bit of touchy-feely here and there because you're sitting within, the precipice of a hospital setting and you can bill the hell out of people's insurance and the doctors are going to refer you. I've never gotten a single thing from a physical therapist, not once. After an auto accident or 15 years of working with clients that came in and they said, screw that, what a waste of my time going to physical therapy, and getting my sheet to go home with my exercises to do. And even the ones down here that know a little bit about cranial sacral and they know about the vagus nerve and they know about all that, it pales in comparison to someone actually doing hands-on work to get your system, your circulation going, your blood flow, your lymph moving, to do this for you on the table for an hour, hour and a half. And I used to do 2-hour sessions. I had a man ask me for a 3-hour session. So here's this young woman calling. And because we're so compartmentalized, we have so many people money grabbing with their own little specialty that when I say it doesn't matter what diagnosis you have, it doesn't matter to me what's showing up on your skin or your body, they go, she's kind of one of those know-it-all types. No, because the human body does predictable things when it doesn't get what it needs, if it's poisoned, if it's exposed to certain environmental toxins. So all you have to do is help the person by gathering and finding out what's going on with them, have them show you through the video, okay? So here was a specialist physical therapist that was speaking on a radio program, and not one time did she mention that she should perhaps, consider checking out her thyroid function? And even if she did, checking out the thyroid function today means what? It means you're going to go to the doctor, you're going to hold out your arm, with my blessed love here, they're going to poke their needle in there and take far too much blood because, as I told you, this strong, there's gold in your blood. Oh, but there's only a little bit of blood. She's just kind of, no. If you take billions of tubes of blood a day, do the math. Don't just do the math, do the math, okay? So here's the deal. Not once did these specialist people that are off in all of these branches of specialty, this is what's wrong with the European system. The European system is money-based, domination-based. It has domesticated rat and bird and dog and pig and all these things. It has domesticated them into this that we have today. So you can't make common sense out of someone having a hump on the back of their neck, because people who were so greedy, who wanted to keep people coming back and calling it hypoglycemia, lupus, autoimmune, you have blobbity, 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 blah. I want to say you got life fucked up. Okay, seriously, you do. I'll be straight up, because what is going on here is this is a money-making mission. You want to dissolve breast tumors? Stop eating cow mucus, okay? You want to not have a world that stinks and is full of industrial pollution? Stop poisoning and slaughtering the hell out of animals and having blood flow all over the place, okay? You want to stop some of the pain that's coming your way and the heavy waters that are going to be flooding you all over the place, because I've had enormous vision for 30 years, okay? I've been moved to higher ground. I was at sea level in Santa Cruz. I got moved here. And each time I tried to move back for many years, I got bounced back. So then get right within. Figure out the truth. Learn right relations. Clean up this mess. And get right within. That's all there is to it. So yes, I'm direct. Yes, doctors are lying to you. Physical therapists are lying to you, not because they themselves are liars, but because they keep regurgitating the same shit. Okay? European mentality has us, of which I'm in the skin bag, okay? I'm owning it here. European mentality has us in one hell of a mess. So now we have buffalo humps, we have lipomas, we have hirsutism and cretinism all over Africa. That was not by mistake, that was by greed. That was straight greed, okay? We have people that they start getting all these patches of hair that when you go out into the sun, and I used to think, I guess I'm just kind of a little extra hairy. No, if you see that, you're already building cysts on your ovaries. You're already getting some hormonal dysfunction, okay? You're already going to start prematurely aging. I know, my mouth was filled with mercury amalgam fillings, which are made out of mercury, silver, and copper. So then copper lodges deep within all of your organs, and your copper could even show low on your hair test. But when I look at it, juxtapose all of the other minerals and metals, I'm able to see what's really going on with you. So that's the closest tissue sample we have in a world that has been taking your blood no different than any other vampire. They gave you vampires and zombies and all of these kind of characters to look at because they love to toy with you. Don't get too fixated on me as the messenger. I'm just the vehicle delivering it. I hear them, and with them constructing more and more of these cell phone towers, you're not going to be able to until eventually people say, they just got to screw loose. They think that they actually hear the ancestors. Go back and read listened to Credo Mutwa when he was fully in his vehicle. Okay, and I'm saying that with due respect because every one of us that have stepped out as a warrior have become a TI, either as a child or all the way through. A TI is a terrorized individual. Okay, and trust me, many people have no idea. So don't focus on me. My teeth aren't the prettiest teeth on the planet. I'm not the prettiest woman on the planet. I'm not a perfect woman, but I'm someone who did a hell of a lot of study, a hell of a lot of reasoning. I'm an elder, meaning I'm over 55 in today's terminology. If you have a lipoma, you have a thyroid issue. If you have swelling on your eyelids, you have a thyroid issue. If your hormones aren't working right, you have a thyroid issue. Right, Zawa? Yeah? Okay. I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. I'm going to go all the way. Why go halfway? Okay. Why? If more is given, more is expected. You have any questions? I'm going to take a sip of my water and vitamin C here with my glass straw. This is my book. Okay. I send it to people. I have physical copies here. If you want to buy it from me, it's $15. Inbox me. Let me know your address. I'll give you a PayPal link. Step by step. Okay. Step by step. Again, I'm not the prettiest person. My teeth got totally jacked up as a child, being drilled all the way to the bottom. This particular chapter is called Why do we have thyroid problems? Why? I'm going to tell you honestly, because you were poisoned with mercury and radiation. I break it down. So it's so simple and so easy for you to figure it out. So you can go right through it and find the details that you need. Okay? See how these little guys, they form a little knot sometimes at the bottom, okay? And your hair will dread. I haven't had maintenance for over 3.5 years. I had them started, which I shouldn't have. That was not really smart, but I did. And it's my third set. Anyway, don't be afraid to dreadlock. It's wonderful and it's liberating, and you don't have to worry about, oh, my hair today or anything like that, because just, throw it up in something and, I can wrap a scarf around it and go out the door and it's all good. All right. Thank you for joining me. And, oh, nice. Yeah. Sounds good. Coconut water is lovely. I'm going to go over to one of our local stores where the harmless coconut water is $4.38 for the 16 ounce, I think it is. Our Whole Foods cooperative, it's not part of the chain. It doesn't carry the harmless coconut water, but it does carry the Harvest Bay. And I like the harmless, the pink one, the best. So I have to stop at the only thing we have here, which is Walmart, and they sell it for $4.38. Drop me a note. How much is harmless coconut water where you are? I'm kind of curious. But we have so many young girls, especially going into the buffalo hump. My book tells you why the mercury and the radiation, what you can do about it. You can take care of your own breast cancer. You don't have to have them cut off these guys and throw them in the garbage can. It's a blood business. Okay. All right. Mwah. Love you guys.